Hello, my name is Suzanne Johnson. I'm a psychotherapist in Clinton Township, Michigan. I've been a therapist since 1986. This video is separate from my practice, but I hope that it will help some of my clients who are in my practice or thinking of coming to my practice. And the last video I have related to this was how you can use painting to help yourself relax and heal. And this one goes more into the healing aspect, using it as an art therapy, a creative art therapy tool. I want to cover a little bit about the advantages of it and some of my personal experiences. And then at the end, I will give quite a few examples of art therapy so you have a better idea of what you might want to do yourself. Well, what you would do yourself is totally unique. That's what's so special about this. You just do whatever comes out of you. So you don't have to have words for what you paint or draw, because what you need will come out of you if you let it. It's a deep unconscious process. It's nonverbal, and it gets you out of your head. If you feel like you think too much, this is a way to help you stop thinking too much, get you into the right brain and be creative and expressive. And it's a way to express feelings that you wouldn't otherwise feel safe expressing. Now, if you do have trauma feelings triggered and you feel it's overwhelming, then just stop doing it and do something that makes you feel safe. Or maybe you could wait and do it with a therapist. But otherwise, you can do a lot on your own. And that's the great advantage. You can do it on your own at your home. You can do it in a small living space or a big space. It's very flexible. It can be helpful for people of all ages, from little children to elderly adults. And it's the kind of painting or expressing where you don't try to get a beautiful result. It's the opposite of fine art. It's just letting it come out whatever way you feel for it to come out. At first, it might be strange because you might be used to just doing everything in a prescribed way, trying to follow rules. But after you start doing it, it will probably feel pretty good. I just found out tonight that art therapy was started after World War II because so many veterans had so much emotional pain. This was developed to help them deal with it. Jack Beck, she's an artist, art instructor, and creative coach. She said this kind of art helps you understand the value of messiness, playfulness, and wildness as creative tools, which are ways of engaging actively with yourself and become more present and have access to things you never thought of before. And along this line, one of my clients said to me just this week, she said, when I sit down to paint, stuff comes out and I don't even have to think about it. Now, one thing I forgot to mention in the last video for a therapeutic kind of art is called neurographic art. It was created by Pavel Piskarev in 2014, and I'll have links below to examples of it. But let me share an example of it here so you can see a picture of it. One example. So it's like you draw shapes and then you color it in with black, and it's said to be very relaxing and to help with chronic pain. And the person that I know that uses it said it's been helpful for her. And I'll have a couple examples of that later in this video. The other thing that people found helpful is art journals. Now, I have not kept one myself, but you can just buy a sketchbook and just do picture after picture. And then it's kind of like, instead of a written journal, it's an art journal. And there's a lot of examples of this on YouTube. This is more like for watercolor, more another example, books that you can buy to create your own art journal. Now, my experience myself, in 1992, I had a therapist who knew of an art therapist who was just starting out. She was practicing, she was an art therapist student, and she was offering group fruit for free, and my therapist thought it would be good if I attended. And so I was a little apprehensive, but I decided what the heck, I would go. And I found out it was one of the most useful, helpful experiences in my whole life. And that was 30 years ago, so I don't remember a lot of details, but I remember first I started just drawing with crayons or magic marker, very small, probably a paper like this, or maybe a paper, this big. And the instructor said that was just too small for me. So she had some paper that was this big. And so here's something I did then. It's 18 by 24 inches. And I did a lot of those. And then she said, you know, that's really way too small for you. So she got some food wrapping paper, and I started doing this at home when I couldn't sleep, and just I found it quite therapeutic. And I staged a couple of I ended up doing about 60 of these, and this is one of my favorites. Kind of hard to fit in the video screen, but you can see it's pretty big. You know, a lot of these were like 5 feet long. And I can't even tell you what it was about, but it just was good to do. And here's another example. I ended up giving a lot of these away. People liked them, and I didn't know what to do with them. I didn't want to store 60 of them for no reason in my house. So this is another example of one. I've actually gone through 3 rolls of butcher wrapping paper. So here I am on my 3rd roll. As you see, there's not much left. And it's still something you can buy. I just saw something on the internet that this is 30 inches by 700 feet. It said it was like $28. I can't imagine the shipping might be quite a bit because it's quite heavy. But if ever you feel like expanding yourself to something big, that's an idea. So let me see what else I want to express before I go to the videos. I think that about wraps it up. Oh, I know. I just wanted to. Oops, I lost myself. I want to just give you an example of art therapy, because I tell people just put what's on paper, but they don't quite get it. So sometimes, here's the 50 set oil pastel set that you can buy on Amazon for $10, or you can buy oil pastels at the dollar store. So you just I'm just going to take a blue and just sometimes, I forgot to tell you, when I really first started, even before I went in the group, I just heard about it. So I took crayons one night, and I had a small apartment. So I just had a TV tray, and I took a piece of paper like this, and I just scribbled, and I scribbled, and I scribbled. And I was surprised how much it helped me relax. I mean, I thought, why does this work? But it did, and that's what got me more interested. So here, I'm just gonna show you. You just take and press as hard as you want. As crazy, you might hit it. Oh, that's another blue. Whatever feels like it expresses your frustration or sadness. You can draw, a face or just anything. The nice things about these pastels is they blend real well. You can blend it. See that? So you should give it a try. And then the rest of this video will be examples of art therapy. The first ones will be from a woman named Kat, and she started simple with the drawing, with the scribbling. So I have some of the simpler stuff. And then the more she's done it over the months, the more she has different ideas come to her. So you'll see how they change. And then there's ones that I've done and other people who gave me permission to use their artwork. So I hope you enjoy the rest of the video, and I hope you give it a try yourself.